Our next speaker is a main event type of speaker. Please welcome the great Mr. Raymond. Give him a hand, everyone.
So this is important. When they want your product or service, do they think of you first? Do they think of you second? Do they think of you at all? That's branding. That's what branding is. And when you have high level of branding, then it's not that you can easily sell to people, it's that they'll run to you to buy it. Beatles had probably the most spectacular brand that ever existed. And at one point, they created scarcity by saying, we're thinking of splitting up. Oh no! Don't go! The whole world got shocked. And they said, but before we go, we think we'll produce one more album. And it was the very first album that was ever pre-sold. Always before in history, some singing artist would produce an album, would go out in the stores, they'd go on a tour, and it would sell as much as it could sell. The Beatles decided for the first time in history to take pre-orders. And they had over 1 million pre-orders for the double white album, which at that time was beyond belief. And it was a double album. So it's like over 2 million orders. So they brought in, let's say an album at that time was $20. They brought in, but it was a double album, so say $40. They brought in $40 million before anyone heard a single song. No one had ever heard of Oobla Dee Oobla Da. If they'd actually stood up and said, you'll really like Oobla Dee Oobla Da, they'd say, what are you, nuts? Rocky Raccoon, he got shot, you'll love it. It wouldn't make any sense. Nobody knew a single song, and they lined up to buy it because the brand was so powerful. So, what are the levels of branding? This is critically important. Brand awareness. Brand awareness means they know you. They know of you. They know you do a certain thing. Out of 10, yell it out where 1 is stinks and 10 is fabulous. Out of 10, how important is brand awareness? 10. Very good answer. The answer is 1. Why is it only 1? Because I'm aware of Coca-Cola. I don't buy it. I'm aware of CNN. I don't watch it. I'm aware of Iceland. I don't go there. So the tourism department of Iceland and the sales department of Coke doesn't get any benefit from awareness. So why is it a 1 and not a 0? Because it's better to be known than not known. If I had to buy soft drinks for a party, and my wife said, you're going to buy Coke, lower your standards, because our guests want soft drinks, if I saw a no-name brand of cola and Coke, I'd buy Coke. So the once per decade that I buy Coke, they get a little benefit. So brand awareness, it's a 1 out of 10. Next one, brand preference. I prefer to buy that one over that one. Now that's great. Out of 10, how much is that?
2, 5.
3. And the reason is, I've been on airplanes where the guy beside me says, rum and Coke. And they say, we only have Pepsi on this flight. The guy says, fine. What's he going to do? Revolt? Have a mutiny? Walk out on the wing? I'll never fly this airline again. He says, fine, I'll have Pepsi. And so brand preference is good. Better than 1. It's a 3. I prefer budget. I don't know why. I really don't know why. They're all the same. I prefer budget. When I see all 6 rent-a-cars lined up, I go to budget. You got a car? No. Fine, who cares? I go to Avis. Like, I don't care. I go to budget first because I prefer it. But if they don't have a car, I go anywhere else. I don't really care. So it's worth something. It's worth something that they prefer you, but it's not that great because if they can't get you, they can't get me and they get Tony Robbins, fine, they'll take anybody. So brand preference, not that great. But now brand insistence. Whoa! Brand insistence. How much is that out of 10?
7.
That's 10. That's 10. You can't get any better than that. If I go to, if my if my Mac dies, which I shouldn't even say such heresy, but if my Mac is stolen, because everybody loves Macs, if my Mac goes away for some reason, and I walk into a store because I have to replace my computer, and they have like ordinary computers on sale or Macs for sale, I don't even go to that section. I don't even care how much the sale is. I buy a Mac no matter what. I don't care. I won't buy another computer. I'll only buy a Mac. And I'll give you an example. It's genetic. I have 2 daughters. One's 29 and one's 9. And at Christmas, I said to both of them, out of your own money, you can buy any computer you want. Or for Christmas, I will buy you a Mac. They both chose Mac.